Gators, haters. Yo, I said I just watch Suspan live. Yo, people, let me tell you something. If Sus mad one more time, if Madsus mad one more time, he couldn't name Madsus. Not him insane Sus. Yo, haters.
Welcome to Jamaica Dancehall Source News and Entertainment with a Buzz. It seems as if dancehall has become a circus filled with clowns and people with all sorts of buffoonery. Gone are the days when the music was the most essential part. Now it seems as if it is the drama, the mix-up, and the passa. And since Sumfest 2025, the debacle, controversy as it pertains to Vybz Kartel being crowned and him being dissed by Jahshii and Masicka, it seems as if the clown show is even getting from bad to worser. Now the truth and the fact is that we do not really have any sorts of problem with clash as long as that clash is musically. However, when it seems as if it turned to TikTok, dancehall turned to TikTok, people have a great problem with that. And the fact that you have an artist that is involved, one of the top artists, bar none, separate and apart from Vybz Kartel, Masicka is probably the hottest, most consistent artist in the dancehall space. But it seems as if Masicka is relegating his own self to buffoonery status. And that is based on the fact that after what took place at Sumfest where he dissed Vybz Kartel along with Jahshii, he is now dissing somebody else or other persons that are not artists. First, him start on Nuffy. Nuffy is not an artist. Nuffy is an MC. Then him start on Madsus. Madsus is not an artist. Madsus is the not so bright sidekick of Vybz Kartel. So people, I want you to take a look at exactly what took place as it pertains to Masicka dissing Madsus. And then I'll give my piece.
No sussy boy, no chat boy. No nothing, nothing at all like that. I hate some. Don't listen to crocodile, wireless one. You understand? No that blood. Stay tuned and listen to it them. It's.
Now people, again, him call Madsus' name. He did not call Vybz Kartel's name. However, if you diss MC Nuffy, which is the MC for Vybz Kartel, and then you diss him sidekick, right or left hand man, whichever one you want to call it, then indirectly you're dissing Vybz Kartel, especially when Sean Storm also did a song dissing Masicka. So it seems as if Masicka, whether he likes it or not, directly or indirectly, is dissing Vybz Kartel without a shadow of a doubt. Now people, remember, this is an artist that is a top-notch artist. And again, while he was not doing most of the yapping, he is facilitating the FUCKRY, just like he did with Jahshii at Sumfest. Well, people, like them say, for every action is an equal and opposite reaction. And we saw that Madsus also replied. I want you to take a look at exactly what Madsus has to say, and then I'll give my piece.
Cocaine. Im a cocaine. I want cocaine. I'm a cocaine. Me is a rumhead. Me is a rumhead. Never be a cokehead. I will never be a cokehead. But if you don't want to be a cokehead,
Your kung fu no better than mine. Yo, yo. Them see me? You feel like them see me? Them not see me, you know? Them don't see me. Hello.
So people, that was Madsus edited version. I am sure that every other blogger on planet Jamaica has been running around with it. So I am sure that you've seen the extended version. Now people, when you think about the fact of this man's name, his name is Madsus. So therefore his name signifies exactly what he's about. I am sure that there's a reason that Vice Cartel and his company call him that. Because him head probably not 100%. Not to say that him completely off, but there's something kind of wrong. Him not 100 then, put it that way. However, Madsus again is not an artist. So how is it that an artist, top grade artist, top flight artist, such as Masicka is taking shots at Madsus? Now people, at the end of the day, there's a method to the madness probably. And we, the dancehall fans, are probably the ones that are getting played. Because maybe Masicka and Madsus have ulterior motive. What are those ulterior motives, you might ask? Well, the fact is that Masicka have some artists around him where him want for boss that probably cannot get a spotlight. But we all know that sex sells. And we all know that controversy and drama sells. So my point is that Masicka is probably seizing the opportunity to bust these artists. An opportunity that they would not get with the exception of controversy and drama. Madsus maybe is going to be a social media personality because he has that personality. So maybe everybody is going to be benefiting from it, and the dancehall fans are the ones that are going to be the joke. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it is called the power and clout. The power and clout that certain personalities have, including Vybz Kartel. At Sumfest 2025, there was some passa mix-up and drama as it pertains to Masicka and an ex-artist known as Jahshii. Pretty much, Masicka came on the stage and he said that he is the baddest thing. Did not give any props to Vybz Kartel during his performance. However, he did something very controversial when he was joined on stage by Jahshii, who reaffirmed that he was the baddest thing, and Jahshii said that he saw some crown going around, but none of them can step in your shoes. None of them no bad like Masicka's shoes lace. Well, people, since then, we saw that Jahshii was in the studio with Masicka. He was looking the endorsement of Masicka. And that is even after Masicka came out 4 days later after he realized that he was getting a bashing on social media doing damage control and pretty much threw Jahshii under the bus, saying that Jahshii must have been drunk and whatever Jahshii said was independent of his own thought. He had nothing to do with it. There was no sort of conspiracy for this Vybz Kartel, the world boss and the king of dancehall. Well, people, it seems as if Jahshii is doing some damage control, and it seems as if after Jahshii analyzed and assessed the situation, he decided he was going to do an apology, and he was going to do pretty much a documentary and telling how much he respects Vybz Kartel and how much Vybz Kartel has done for the business and how much he's a good youth. I want you to take a look at the edited version of that documentary, that apology that Jahshii did, and then I'll give my piece.
I respect Vybz Kartel for everything him build. Him a one of the greatest. And him still do it from behind bars. Crazy. Them say gonna put out or gonna go. Nobody. But me tell myself this. Then I have to spend 13 years to grow up. For real. Growth not have to come through trauma. Growth come through decision. And every decision lead you to a next one. Me learn some always have a choice. Every day, First Nation.
So people, like I said, This might be a part of a project, but based on the recent climate in the dancehall and based on what we see, based on the bashing that Masicka and Jahshii is getting, this might also be an apology. So what we've come to realize is that in the entertainment music space, including dancehall, there are persons with power. And whenever you violate that power, you have to think hard and fast. Sometimes you probably have to swallow your dignity and your pride. Because you know, say, if the people them that control the music, especially if them have a fan base, and you are, as an artist that bust before, kind of drop off, kind of get less relevant, is trying to make a comeback, trying to bust back into the business. The best advice for an artist trying to make a comeback is that you do not want to go opposed to one of the biggest powers in the music. Because if it goes wrong, like it seems as if it is going wrong, the best thing to do is do damage control, some sorts of apology. And people, I understand, sometimes you have to hold your own, hold your dignity and your pride. It goes over everything, including success. But you have to also understand, you have to weigh the pros and the cons. If I go against this person, it does not work out, and my career flop, where am I going to get the money from? If I just apologize, even if I don't mean it, be hypocritical like the whole business is, it stands a better chance of working out in my path, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is the culture of ABUSE in Jamaica. Chances are, if you're from Jamaican parentage, you probably get some extra clothing in your days, whether it was justified or not. Don't know if it is stress. Don't know if it is some sort of mindset that people feel as if the only way to discipline picnic. Back in the days, Jamaica and other Caribbean nations is if you give them some clothing and make sure say you set them straight. So Cliff Hughes, on his radio program, he was talking about a little youth that pretty much was in a family. And he was trying to decide who he wants to keep him because it seems as if everybody a clot him up. Well, people, I want you to take a look at exactly what took place on the court, what the judge had to say, what the little boy had to say. And people, I have to remind you or let you know that there's going to be a very strange outcome that you're not going to believe. Take a look, and then I'll give my piece.
Someone sent it to me. A 7-year-old boy was at the center of a Kingston, Jamaica courtroom drama yesterday when he challenged a court ruling over who should have custody of him. The 7-year-old boy has a history of being beaten by his parents, and the judge initially awarded custody to his aunt, in keeping with child custody law, requiring that family unity be maintained to the highest degree possible. The boy surprised the court when he proclaimed that his aunt beat him more than his parents, and he adamantly refused to live with her. When the judge then suggested that he live with his grandparents, the boy cried and said they also beat him. After considering the remainder of the immediate family and learning that domestic violence was apparently a way of life among them, the judge took the unprecedented step of allowing the boy to propose who should have custody of him. After 2 recesses to check the legal references and confer with the child welfare officials, the judge granted temporary custody of the 7-year-old to the West Indies cricket team, whom the boy firmly believes are not capable of beating anyone.
Now, people, just like you, when I was listening to this, a lot of people in Jamaica can relate. It is a very serious situation in Jamaica. Mindsets of parents thinking that discipline, harsh discipline, tough love is the only way to get the result. I thought that this little youth was going through some drama and he deserved some peace of mind and tranquility in his life, and he should go to the right person. Only to realize that it is a joke. But the truth and the fact is that ABUSE in a Jamaica is no joking matter. But it is good to see that there's a light side and there is something that we can listen to that does not end up tragic. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is that we see that Masicka and Jahshii, mostly Masicka, has been getting a bashing after the Sumfest event in which him this virus cartel, him and Jahshii and Masicka. Now, a lot of Gaza fans, which became genocide Masicka fans, are saying that they are disappointed with the traitor type of mentality that is being displayed by Masicka. It seems as if Masicka wants to bully the crown. It seems as if Masicka is getting in his feelings. And this is based on the events that took place at Sumfest. And based on recent posts that he made on social media, dissing MC Nuffy, dissing Madsus, but not dissing Vice Cartel. As a matter of fact, he made an apology to Vice Cartel, but it seems as if that apology was not accepted by the Gaza, by Vice Cartel or the camp. So we see say he's now in the studio and make some sorts of posts dissing Madsus. Him this MC Nuffy before, then he's dissing Madsus like I said before. So the general consensus of most persons that are genocide fans that were Vice Cartel, Gaza fans, are saying, no man, this youth is very disappointing. I want you to take a look to what a young man has to say, and it is a general consensus of most Gaza fans turned genocide, massacre fans. Take a look.
Time, yo, the loser for your brother. Yo, you was an artist, you know, what I know from your day in a bathroom and sing, you know, you. I used to tell some people about you, you know, brother. People say, who names are who that? A man they can't boss. You see me? I'm a different thing, brother. You see it? You see when cartel drop a jail youth and they are prison, a massacre me and listen straight as a Gaza man, brother. Me I tell you, say, most a cartel new song them when him fan him go prison. Till now. Enough of them me no listen. And I can tell them I listen every massacre song, brother. Every massacre song, bro. Brother, me lose off for your big time, dog. Me never know say a man like you could have take program. And you say you're CROCS. Crocodile no take program. I notice crocodiles stay by themselves. No take program, brother. You're no CROCS, brother. Matter of fact, you're no crocodile, you're CROCS. Because be people walk around from CROCS. Program CROCS. Can't believe it, you. Can't believe it, dog. You see, I don't know how a man for run on a stage and say, yo, oh, a man I baddest thing. In a field where you there. Eh? I run me if I run out and I say, oh, yo, me are the maddest thing and grab the mic from a man and make a man know say, me are the maddest thing. So that simple means say you don't see yourself as smaddy then. You see a next man as somebody in a something where you are do. Eh? You know see enough of the ball of them and them man, they all of them know them you're better than them still I tell themselves say them better than you. You see me? And them want to be better than you. You ever see Alkaline look for nobody and tell him say cartel madder than him? And Alkaline knowing himself say cartel madder than him, brother. Nobody now have to tell you that. Yo, you, Masicka, me delete all my song, them me I give you forward from off my page, bro. Me I tell you that. A whole heap of man I tell me, say, oh, Masicka not ready as a Gaza man. Masicka one floor. Gaza man, me see I tell me that. And me I tell him, say, oh, you idiot. And the maddest thing that I'm man say, oh, nah, sir.
So people, you heard what he said, makes sense. Here's the thing. If Masicka feel like he is the baddest thing, people respect that. However, when you do something and you try blame somebody, you make somebody else be the scapegoat, the fall guy, being Jahshii. And you claim say you had no idea what was going to take place. It was only 4 days after, in time with your apology, that you realize and you claim say Jahshii was drunk. You pretty much fling him under the bus. After that, if it was a mistake, you then diss MC Nuffy. After that, you then diss Madsus. So we see that there is a pattern of dissing every and anybody in the camp from the top to the lower tier people. Now I'm going to say bottom. Some people are watching, people are preem, side eye, and I say, but Masicka, yeah, lose it, man. And nothing is wrong if you have aspirations of being the king of dancehall and you're going to overthrow this man by music. But not when you use sideline tactics. Not when you are being hypocritical and not want to take account, be responsible for your deeds and blaming everybody else, pointing the finger at everybody else while steadily doing the same thing that you were accused of doing over and over. So it shows that you have zero respect for the person that pretty much gave you the bus and the business. Not to say that you would not have bus automatically because you have God-given talent and ability, but me just say you should always be grateful and your deeds seems kind of traitor-like, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is that we see that the Bring Down campaign by controversial selector Foota Hype continues. And he's trying to bring down everybody that is associated, affiliated with Vybz Kartel and the camp. And his latest target being Renee 630. Renee 630 is a dancer / artist. Don't know any big songs that she have, so therefore I am going to say that she is more known for her dancing. She's been touring extensively with Vybz Kartel and the crew. So it seems as if Foota Hype got in his feelings once again like he always does. And he's saying to himself, then hold on a minute. Renee 630 have song. Renee 630 is a dancer / artist. How is it that Vybz Kartel never gives her a spotlight on any of these many shows that he has done touring all over the place? Well, people, I want you to take a look at exactly what Foota Hype has to say, and then I'll give my piece.
Renee 630, would I like ask you if you are still artist? Cause me not understand what me say I go on. Me have to just, me and Renee a friend, you know. Me and Renee a friend, but me just a speaker of truth, and me got talk truth. Big up Richie Stevens, legend, enough respect me G. I don't know, one of the greatest to ever do it. Renee 630. You're still a DJ, you're still an artist, you're still do this artist thing you are what? Cause me's a man, me not blind, you know. And me not going in anybody's house, and me not going in anybody's private domain. But me see you multiple countries, multiple places. It's like you dep on the tour them, but me never see you get a call out when I show them it. So me I wonder, people, me don't know if I me alone see it, but something alright. Me think some of the people them a play themselves, run a system, so the system rate them when it not really rate them. Me not see Renee get called out a stadium. Me not see she get called out a Guyana. But me don't even know some of my place them. Talk to her. No way. Me not understand. Me Yo, you see me people, me think me I go forever be ridiculed. Me I go be the villain of dancehall. Me I go be the person where people just not gonna like. Because it not make no sense, cause me wouldn't stay around where the rascal at me I stay around for. If me an artist, right? But everywhere me there, what me now get a call out? Me have like 4 collaboration. 1, 2, 3, 4. Me have like a 4 or 5. Me have 4 or 5 collaboration. But me can't come sing one. Not one night. Me see how much show gone. 1 a stadium, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. About 12 shows already, worldwide. And not even one of them, me no see Renee run out. If on them, to over firm and steady. Fear pussy what if she a fuck from early. Do what she feel, do what she please. Cause she know her money enough. That ink and it them run out. What is going on?
Now, people, here's the thing. Whenever you hate somebody and is so obsessed with somebody, you see everything, you see all the faults, you see all the negativity. The truth and the fact is that Virus Cartel is on a tour promoting Virus Cartel music because of his catalog. It has nothing to do with Renee 630. We see say him a try spotlight Aishana, but the reception for Aishana is lukewarm at best. It cold, call it that. Aishana at least have some song that some persons might be aware of, not people in the landscape globally. When it comes to Renee 630, me as a dancehall person, me as a Jamaican, I don't even remember one of Renee 630's songs. So you think that it is fair for Vice Cartel to do his show and then stop in at the Miglime show and introduce Renee 630 for flop out him show, bring down the level, the decibel of his show. Makes absolutely no sorts of sense. So pretty much, Foota Hype is trying to this Vice Cartel and this Renee 630 under the quiet. Well, not under the quiet. So he's trying to make it seem as if his intentions are good, his intentions are positive, while all along his ulterior motive is on the same bring down campaign that he's been on that has not been working, and it is only detrimental to his own career. So what he's trying to do is create a wedge contention between Renee 630 and Vibes Cartel. However, it is only detrimental to his own career. All that he is doing and all that he has been doing is flopping out himself, making himself less credible, less likable, because at the end of the day, persons like Vibes Cartel, persons like the movement, and the movement is way bigger than you. So your intention to flop the movement is only going to backfire like it has always been. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.